What's going on, guys? Chu here, bringing you another haul video on what we've gotten at conventions. In this one, Galaxycon, we met a lot of people. We met so many people, so many memorable moments. Yeah, I don't know what to say other than it was fun, super cool to have met everyone that we have at this convention. It was a pretty stacked lineup, I will say. So I just want to go ahead and get right into it. Let's just talk about the first thing. The smartest move we had done, and probably most expensive, was to get the VIP. Now, we got the VIP, and it made things so much better. Because, yes, it was more expensive. Yes, it was cool in theory and everything, but it paid out. It paid out for us because we skipped lines. And I'll be honest with you, because this convention has grown so much and they're doing so much already, that it works to have this, because if we hadn't had it, we would not have met as many people as we did. Truthfully, 100% honest. Like, the light has just shined a little bit more. The sun is coming out, telling you the truth. But I'm telling you, it was worth it. It was worth doing that. So, very thankful. So, anyway, let's get to it, because there's a bunch of people that I'd like to talk about here. And let's start off with one of my favorite guys, who I think did a phenomenal version in the live adaptation of this series. And not only him being in this show, but also having his own show in Canada, Kim's Convenience Store, and of course him in The Mandalorian. But talking about our good old Paul Sang-Nil or something like that, who played the live action Iroh. Fun story about the way he signed it. As you guys can see, he's got Iroh 3.0. So, real fun fact. When we talked to him, because we had a few minutes where we were able to talk to him, he actually told us that the reason why he signs that way, so for those that meet him in the future will know this, he actually signs it this way because obviously there have been 3 renditions of Iroh. And so we start with the first, who is Mako, who passed away. He actually was the original voice for Iroh, for those that may or may not know. And so obviously Greg Baldwin took on the role later on. And Greg, for me, I have personally met the guy. He's a great dude. He's much older now, and he's a sweet guy. And he, honestly, I looked at my Funko, and I've already looked. I'm just making sure I see it. Yeah, I see it. And he doesn't have the 2.0. So it was a recent thing that they started doing this, probably about a year or 2 ago, from what he said, that they started doing the whole 2.0, 3.0. And I thought it was really cool. And another thing, he gave him props for the way he did it. And I want to say he did a great job. He did a really good version of Iroh. Probably among my favorite characters in that series. I really enjoyed it. So it was really nice to see him there and got to enjoy him. And sticking with the Avatar universe, Suki. I thought she was very beautiful. I loved her little, like, Earth symbol here. Or not Earth symbol, but her little symbol here and her little fan. I thought that was such a great touch that she did that. She did a great job, being Suki. I thought she was very beautiful, and when we got to meet her, she was nice. She was really cool, down to earth, and I told both of them, like, I'm ready for season 2. I'm really happy with what they did. You also got to be realistic, guys. The show isn't going to be the exact same way, so got to be a little more realistic when it comes to that. It's funny because I've given Avatar a chance, but I'm not going to give One Piece a chance. Ever. That's going to be a forever thing. I'm not going to ever watch One Piece again. Not doing it. Nope. But anyway, she did a great job. Phenomenal. Really loved it. She was really cool. And so, other cast, the majority of the cast was there, but I didn't want to meet everybody. I would have met Zuko, but I'm just like, nah. I think I'll pass. I'll pass on that one. But he was cool. He was really cool, I want to say. And another thing, when we had the actor for Zuko and the actor for Aang, when they weren't busy, they were just talking amongst themselves. And you got to remember too, like, some of these are actual kids. Like the Aang, like the actor for Aang, he's a very young guy. He's very impressionable. And I love how they have like this little brother, big brother relationship. And you just see how like they get along. And it's not anything weird. It's just they get along very well. And I think that's so cool about them. So really, really thought it was cool. We got to meet this lad, the voice of Alberto. And he was Jack. His name was Jack. I forgot his last name, but we met him. He was cool. He was actually also at FanFest, Smoky Mountain Fan Fest in Tennessee, and he was there. And he was cool. And he told us that whenever he was recording, it was during COVID, and he actually was doing it in his closet and while living with his parents. And so he had like this whole setup, and it's very common at this point. It was probably in a room like it is, like I'm in right now, and he just was recording and just trying to make the best that he could out of it, which I thought was cool. I really thought it was cool. This movie came out during that time, and for the longest time, I never gave it a chance. It wasn't until recently that my wife was like, look, I want to watch Luke. I want to watch Luke. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's watch it. I was very opposed to it. I'll be honest. I had my own reason for it, and that's not important. But it was really good. And so I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was good. But moving on, we got to meet Añaris Quiñones, who is the voice of Mirko. I'm so glad she got a Funko and it came in time, which is great. She was so cool, down to earth. She's done so many other voices for many other characters. But Mirko, especially in this season of My Hero, has done a phenomenal job. I think she's great. I love her. Good choice in casting. Love it. Absolutely love it. We also got to meet the man, the myth, the legend, Will Wheaton. We got Aqualad signed. It was really cool to see him. He was such a chill guy. Aqualad was a great character. I remember Will Wheaton, not that I'm a Star Trek fan, but I know him from The Big Bang Theory, that in the few episodes that I watched of it, it was fun to see him there and just kind of like that little rivalry. But, Will was cool. He was such a chill guy. He seemed very humble. It was nice. Any person he was talking to, he seemed very engaged with them, very nice. And it's cool if someone like him would actually be out here. So, really thought it was cool. We also get to meet Jeanette Varney, the voice of Korra. Now, Korra as a whole isn't the worst show. A lot of people hate on it. I personally think it could be better, but it wasn't bad. I think some of the best parts were the villains. The villains did a phenomenal job. I absolutely love the villains in Korra. I think they all have their own reasons, methods, and like it was so cool to be able to actually, see, kind of different perspectives of people that are able to just, not just, how like in Aang or like the original Avatar, we saw how the big baddie truly was Ozai. Here, there's different bad guys for different reasons from different like elements too, which is even cooler. So I absolutely love that. It was really, really nice. Another one, speaking of Avatar, we got to meet, this is the last Avatar member that we had to meet, Aang. This boy has not done conventions. He just got into it maybe about a year or two ago, where he actually was doing other stuff. And he was very anxious, a very nervous little guy, I will say. He was cool though. It was really nice to meet the guy. He was nervous and really cool though. Laid back, I like it. And it was nice. It was definitely a treat to meet the guy and finally say that we've met all the voice actors and actresses from the show. It's a bit bittersweet, but it is nice. And about this convention, we had a lot of the live action and a few of the voice actors. Not everyone was there, but the majority were. The voice actor for Zuko, who we already met, the voice of Sokka, who we had already met, the voice of Katara, who she wasn't there, but we had already met. But a lot of the people were there, and it was really nice, really, really cool to have both sides of them there and just enjoyable. Another person who really was really nice and means a lot to me because of, like, for a lot of reasons, truly. Danny Trejo. Really, really cool to meet Danny Trejo. Man is 80 something years old, and his panel was fun. It was enjoyable. He really was just like the grandpa you would want in your life. So positive, despite his adversities as a young guy, changing and all that. He was a delight, an absolute delight to meet him. From Spy Kids, the Machete movies, he's done some voice acting, and just he means so much to me personally. I'm not gonna say that he doesn't. Like he's a living legend, and so I'm really happy for what he's done. At some point, I'd love to try his tacos, but unfortunately, I don't live in California. He opened one in London, which is insane. I think he needs to open up a taco shop over here in my state. Honestly, it would make a whole lot more sense here on the East Coast than going all the way out there. I think it's wild, but it is what it is, So, really cool to meet him. We got pictures with him. Really nice guy. Got to meet some Star Wars folks. Someone that had been on a list, and he was supposed to. Here's the wild thing. This guy was supposed to be in a town close to us for an event, but it was virtual, which I did not know, and upset me. So I had gotten this Funko, or better yet, the wife had gotten me this Funko, and we had hoped to meet him at one point or another, and we're thankfully glad to have met him. Taylor Gray, the voice of Urza. Ezra. Sorry guys, I said Urza. I'm thinking, what's wrong with me? Ezra. And so it was really cool to meet Ezra. Chill dude, absolutely loved him. He wasn't in the Ahsoka show, but that's okay. I mean, I would have loved to have had the guy. Really nice guy, but he wasn't there. But fun dude to talk to. Hera is also another person we met. Vanessa Marshall. She was not the live action Hera. We know that Maria Winstead was instead, and she was cool. Really passionate, I want to say, about who she when it comes to soda, which is kind of funny. I personally think she was a bit high, but hey, it is what it is. She was really nice though. Really nice lady. The wife met this guy. This guy was one of the Michael Myers, and personally, I didn't care. She said he was a nice guy. It was really cool to meet him, and thought it was dope. Another Hispanic guy. I'm surprised he came. Obviously, he's also known for Cobra Kai, and but honestly, very happy to have met him. I loved him in Blue Beetle. Solo Maridueña. Met him. He was so nice. Really chill dude. He gave me a hug and all that, and it was cool, man. He's a chill guy, chill Hispanic. I'm ready for another movie. I told him that. He said they're gonna have a Blue Beetle series. He's gonna be voicing it, so I think that'll be definitely cool to check out. I want to check that out. Blue Beetle's a character that I think in DC is not by any means strong, but he is a cool character for me, and I definitely would like to meet him. So I got to meet him, and just it was really nice, really cool to see the guy. Also got to meet another legend, the voice of Carl Weezer, the voice of Ruben from the Lilo and Stitch series, and many other ones. Rob Paulson, we got to meet him. Loved it. Loved that I signed a Ruben. Would have been cool for a Carl. He did a little Carl Weezer impression, which was cool, but we got to meet this guy, and he was fun. He was really fun to have actually got to meet. I love the little quote here. It says, "Hey, let's have a Sammy." It was great. Like just having met him was really nice. Such a important character in like my childhood, my wife's childhood as well. We also got to meet our boy Johnny Lawrence. He was actually really cool, down to earth. He had been on our list for wanting to meet. We already met Ralph Macchio at one point, so meeting him was nice. I thought it was really cool to have met him. It's just that we hadn't got the chance to have a Funko. I mean, obviously, we love having Funkos of our guys signed. So him was, just getting to meet him was phenomenal. It was really, really cool. Chill dude. We also got to meet the voice of Saitama. I want to say he's actually just kind of bland. I'll be honest with you. He was pretty boring in my opinion. Chill guy, but kind of boring. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Very short meeting. Yeah, that's really all I have to say to that one. Now for the following person, guys, this man made the convention so memorable for us. Danny Trejo was right there with it, but this guy right here, living legend to me. Matthew Lillard. He obviously did Scooby, or he did Shaggy, and obviously for those that are fans of the franchise FNAF, like me, you guys would love to have met this guy. He was such a cool dude. Honestly, I'm so glad we got to meet him. He was checking on everybody from time to time, and so he was really, just personable. But it came time for us to meet him. He actually thought I was just intruding on the space because I was putting my book bag down. But, he gave me a hug and said, "Man, thanks for everything, man." And, the movie's coming out. The movie is coming out. And the fun thing was, he put on this quote without having me to ask. The most famous quote from Springtrap, which is, "I always come back." I love that he put that on there. And so I love it. He knows the franchise. Just great to have him, him finally be here. He had been one on our list for so long. Like, we wanted to meet him. And I personally kept track of any convention that was near our area, between 2 or 3 hours, to see if we could find him and go to him. And they were always a little too further out of our scope. And so we actually got to, have him announce. We were losing our minds. We were so happy to have actually got to meet the guy. And he was so cool. We didn't get to see his panel, which sucked, but I mean, it was great. He was such a great guy. We also got to meet the voice of Zamasu, which is so cool. Funny thing is, our boy here that did Zamasu, excuse me, he actually was King Piccolo in the live adaptation in Dragon Ball Evolution. And so he's when he was asked to do it, he said, "I'll do it for free. This is my apology to that movie." And I was just like, "Oh wow." Okay. No one's going, talk bad about Spike, Yeah, he's such a great dude. I loved him. We saw his panel, and he was just so cool. Just overall a chill dude. So it was nice to have got to meet him. And so it was nice. He was really cool. He did have a bit of a line. Obviously Matthew Lillard, even with VIP, also had a line. And so we actually knocked out a lot of people. Not I want to say all in one day, but we knocked out a vast majority of people with our VIP. So it was really nice. We also got to meet Sabine. Of course, she wasn't the live action Sabine. The live action Sabine was supposed to have been there, but she did not. She canceled. She actually canceled like a month prior to it, and so she never showed up. But the voice actress was there. I'm very happy because with this lineup of the rebels, I now have met Zeb, I've met Hera, I have met Sabine, I've met Ezra, and I only need to meet. I don't think I'll ever meet Chopper, but Freddie Prince, if at some point, he's ever there, dude, I'd get my guy signed. I know the wife, she would get Fred signed just because, he was Fred. And, it would be really cool at some point or another that him and Daphne would come because, they're married in real life. Would be so cool. This one is a little upsetting for not me, but for my wife. We met the voice of Tiana. Nothing wrong with meeting her. She seemed really nice. Everything about it was great. However, my wife, she has a rule that she wishes people don't sign names, but as some people have come to where, sorry, I'm taking out the plastic. They want to have their stuff personalized or else they won't sign. And I get it. Some people are resellers. But you could wash that off with some alcohol. But she was really upset when her name was misspelled because her name does not. It's spelled in so many different versions, and it was misspelled, and so she was upset about that. I understand. I get it. But some people are like that. I tell people that my name is spelled a certain way, and they know exactly how it's spelled. It's not the most common name. It's a Hispanic name. But they spell it wrong sometimes too. But never on Funko. But it was nice to have met her. I thought she was cool, sweet, and yeah, that's pretty much all I could say about that one. And then finally, I had to meet Johnny Young Bosch again. And get my Sasori signed now that he also has a Funko. So it was nice to finally have gotten some of these guys knocked out because now I hope that this was like the last time meeting them because I want specific Funkos signed. And so he was definitely one on the list. And I was very thankful for it. Really nice to have met him. He looked tired though. I will say he looked really, really tired. But it was a great convention overall. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, we got so many people signed and met, and I really enjoyed this one. This is the biggest convention that we go to every year, and it was nice. It was really enjoyable. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. If you were at the Galaxycon this year, let me know what you guys thought. Did you enjoy it? Was there a guest that you guys enjoyed? Stuff like that. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know your thoughts. And I'll check them out. But as always, guys, thank you so much. Take care of yourselves and others, and I'll catch you all later.